All right, I'm back at it. Today I went back to my normal schedule, which is the 3 days a week of gunning it. Today was day one, which was the deadlift day. Lots of rowing, a heavy pull, and then just a heavy squat to start it all off. And then tomorrow will be, the legs, and then the day after will be, the chest and whatever. So I think it's been something like 20 odd days since I've kind of like let go of that crazy schedule. Maybe 15, something like that. Really got wasted towards the end of the, last year with all that deadlifting and rowing and pushing the leg press and all that. And also with the flavor of every end of year, I kind of get, into my head a little bit. Glad that's all kind of passed, and I want to build up to it again. Now, the only thing that's on my mind right now is whether to drop the clutch from 10,000 again, just pick up where I left off, or do I kind of bleed into it? My intuition is to bleed into it. So tomorrow I'm thinking about just not leg pressing, giving more break to the leg press. I even thought about, do I go to the hack? Do I go to whatever? I think the most success I've had was with the leg press. So I really want to go back there. I don't want to start any other variation. I want to kind of forget about the leg press for maybe another 2 weeks and then put that into the mix. But tomorrow I'll come in and I'll do lots and lots of squatting, wide stance, low bar. I'll still get that under my belt. I'll make sure I'll do that. But, doing that and also leg press, it's a lot. I feel like I need to ease into that because that's a big slap in the face, and it's a huge workload. So I don't want to go from, a very minimal amount of work and a deload and then to like straight back into it full pelt. I don't want to do that. That's too much of a shock. So tomorrow I'll come in and I'll do lots of squatting, and I'll do my accessories. I'll continue on with the calves every day and wrist, elbow work almost every day as well. I'll continue to do that. I've kind of been doing it in front of the TV as well. Grab the hammer and just, pronation, supination. I even started doing that rising business as well. So just a great forearm pump, and benching has been feeling good. So I'm going to try, even though I probably won't be able to do that, do it all. I'll try and make myself feel good both for the squat and the deadlift at the same time, which is very hard to do. And then also I'll try and feel good with bench press as well. So it's very hard to, like I said in previous videos, it's very hard for me for some reason to have all of that feel good. But I know what I need to do for each of them to feel good. The only trouble is putting all of that into the same mix. It's kind of a lot of time and it's a lot of work. And I don't know if I'll be able to, recover from all of that. The last, month of last year, I did everything I could do under the sun to make myself feel good for the deadlift. That was a lot. And in that process, I kind of also did a lot of stretching for the hips, which is that adductor business, trying to release it from all the adductor soreness from the leg press and the low bar squats and all of that. And all of that stretching kind of made my high bar squat feel absolute rubbish. And so if I move away from that stretching, which I already kind of have, I'm not stretching like a madman anymore. It's, maybe going to impact the recovery from the leg press. So, it's such a balancing act. There's a lot of stuff there that's conflicting. And also, if I start doing a lot of elbow starts to feel really nice, and I go back to heavy singles of 140, 145 on the bench press, that also taxes the upper back as well. And so you see what I mean? Like the upper back is very much needed in the deadlift. It's needed in the squat and obviously the bench press, something which I kind of disregarded for a long time. You need a strong upper back for all movements. And so this is where you kind of get into trouble with it all, because, we're all kind of fighting for the same tissue, for the same fitness for each tissue. And this is where you kind of prioritize things. But anyway, whatever. I know what I need to do, what works. For each of them, I'll try and do it all, and I'll try to ease into it. So the leg press will be a couple of weeks in advance insert into the training program. But it's very hard for me, mentally not to do something that makes me feel good. It's not even about strength, man. Like I'm telling you, man, like it's when I do these hammer exercises and my elbows feel amazing, that's a nice feeling. Never mind the freaking benching. It's a nice feeling. And now that I have a secondary motivation to do this hammer work with the low bar squats started making my elbows feel funny. Well, now when I do the hammer work, not only the low bar squats, but also the bench press feels good. So, man, that's even another piece of evidence for me to do that, so I will do that, and try and balance it all. Today was lots of rowing. Rowing is amazing. Also, rowing is very taxing, so whether the bench press gets impacted by that as well, probably. It's kind of like, I'm sure there is a way to, maximize all of it, but I'm pretty certain there is no way of, gunning one for one lift and making sure the other one's also gunned. No, it's a balancing act. It's very much, where do you want to put your eggs in which basket? Ideally, don't bench at all. Ideally, if you want to deadlift really well. That's kind of in my mind. Yesterday I did that 140 and you're right. Like, I felt my upper back. I felt my upper back and my mid back cramp up, and I'm like, well, great. That's fantastic. But do I really want to cramp an upper back before the deadlift the day after? That's the question, isn't it? Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.